Hi everyone, time for unboxing time. So this is the exciting bit where we first get to unload things. So like I showed earlier, we have two of these boxes, and then two of these boxes, and two of these. Now these are just cables. I'll just go through that first. Knife. So they like to glue the boxes, so I ruined them a little bit, but it's fine. Good heavy gauge cable, probably very similar to what is plugged in there. Yeah, pretty much the same. I think they give you the same one for the BT1. So, and they recommend to use the cable provided, just because of the amperage going through there. So, okay, next we'll go with, this is, I called it control box earlier, but it's more of an adapter from USB to kind of their own personal network. And it's kind of like a daisy chain thing when I was looking on the docks. So a little daisy chain, each component together. So if you got a platform or you got like the BT1, you'll just add another cable, and there's like a terminator at the end to terminate the circuit. Okay, I got the label, but and also I believe there's a motion lock in here too, because those two would go together. Yep, there's the motion lock. Nice. It's like it's made of plastic, good quality plastic, it looks like. And then there's their connector. You can use your own lock, I believe, but this one, I guess, does some checking in the background. And then there's a RJ45. Cool looking, looks like shielded cable, which is very important when you're dealing with type of amps that go through here. It's like the USB to, the USB cable, USB A to C cable, and then looks like that is the terminator plug right there. And then this little tiny box will have a USB-C, it's like, on one side, and then the RJ45 network cable on the other side for RJ45 cable. Okay, a little quick start guide. I'll go through that later. Okay, cool. Pretty easy and simple for that one. You know, so like if you saw the intro package would get this, but the add-on package would not. They wouldn't send this with that. Yeah. All right, so next, I believe this is the control box, brains of the unit. Still got to think about where I can actually mount these. I got a bass shaker under there. Maybe it doesn't go that far, but we'll have to take a look when we jack it up. All right, more glue. Not a fan of the glue, but at least you know someone didn't open it and try to retape it. Guess they could re-glue it. All right, on the top, yeah, they like these big deci packs. It'd be great for like a bin of 3D printed filament, and you just keep recharging these. It'll have enough for a long time. Let's see, bunch of hardware. So it comes with these things are kind of spendy, so they're nice to come with your installations. You know, so looks like there's a couple button heads and a couple what do they call that, recessed Yeah, so you can actually hide the heads. It'll be flat, and I assume that's when you're bolting down the bolting it to one of their brackets. And there's those brackets. Yeah, and there's the little recess in there. And then, of course, we have the shielded RG45 again. And I believe this is for the motion lock. So that also daisy chains in this system. And then manuals for the actuators are in the control box. Okay, we'll put those back in there. And then open this bad boy. Nice. Beautiful. Good. Look at those connections. Very nice. Very solid. Not too heavy. And like very commercial, industrial sort of feel to the switches. Nice heavy and well, not too heavy, but it feels like a heavy duty construction, you know. So very nice. That's what I expect. That's one of the reasons I went this way. It's just to feel that quality. Definitely get the feeling of quality when you just like put your hands on it. So I love that. Good build quality. All right, now I'll only open one of each because they're the same. Product, so I'll just leave this one over here. And now here's the big boy. Bottom, top. And if you didn't notice, on the box right there it says "Born to Perform." Before it was like entry level. I think it says it over there. Entry level immersion. You know, on the BT1 box. You know, and this time we're saying "Born to Perform." Okay, and there's the bottom side. So you have two. I'll just open one of these, then you can kind of see what is there. And then we'll grab this guy. Not sure how many of these boxes I'll actually keep. I like to keep the boxes to, you know, like when I'm gonna part with for upgrades and stuff like that. Did that with the Fanatec units. Makes your ad a little nicer too. And pretty nasty glue on this. Go for another angle. Yeah, the glue is hefty. Basically running the... I forgot to cut this one. Jeez. Guess I will be tossing this box, huh? All right. Let's see here. So look at this first piece first. Let's undo these little ties here. Okay, so we got some of the hardware. So one of the things I was worried about was the carpet, and the cup will be in there, but that might be fine without a mat. I guess maybe one reason the mat is upstairs. So hammering on this would be good to have some insulation in between, but it is a rubber foot, so. But I've heard that in upstairs, it definitely can, especially in engine noises, really hammer the floor. So it would be very ambient noise coming through the floor. So yeah. Anyways, so that's a decent sized puck though. I don't think that'll be a problem. More hardware. It's like M8 bolts. Coming with the T-nuts again. Very nice. Some washers. Looks like everything we need there. Some brackets. I don't think this is the universal bracket, but hopefully that'll work. We'll see how that all goes together. And and the meat. Okay, in the docs they said be very careful with the cabling. Not light at all. Yeah, let's keep that up just so we don't mess with the cabling. Very nice. Look at that. Big thick cables on there. Very nice. Good little red accents on there. You see that? Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful piece of machinery. I like it. It's really heavy, sturdy construction. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. Tell you. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. There's that guy. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I think that's it. So we'll call that the end of the unboxing. But yeah, I thought about see the rig over there, putting a mat under that, and then these cups would sit on the mat, and those cups basically go inside of here, and then the unit can run, kind of like move around inside the cup. But one issue might be, hey, this moves around a bit, and it kind of like mess with the carpet, but it's older carpet, I can replace it anyway. Wanted to press LVP. Anyways, I guess probably the biggest problem is going to be vibrations, but if I use my base shakers for engine vibration, then I might not need to use the actuators. I've heard that these are so fast that you can do those really small tactile feedback through the actuators itself, and you basically don't need base shakers anymore. But yeah, we'll see how that works and how loud that actually gets. So but I'd probably start with do base shakers and actually get, because what I'm missing is like a the dive under braking, and then a squat and acceleration, those kind of things, over crests, does it dive up and down, those are the main things I'm missing. I've got haptics through the base shakers and the pedals and stuff for the most part, but so I'll probably turn those down. But I'm sure I will play with those, maybe even replace the base shakers later, especially if I move the rig to somewhere that's not upstairs, on a more of a concrete surface. So, all right, well, thank you, and hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna try to mount this up to the rig next. I'm gonna have to get some hand jacks. Saw some people using. Make sure my tower here, my makeshift tower, if those gussets are strong enough, I might have to reinforce those. But at the moment, I think we're okay. But I'll jack it up and see if there's any flex in that. That's another piece we have to deal with. The seat's kind of far back too. Maybe I have to move the seat forward a little bit. I'm gonna plan on removing. I had a slider on there. My son doesn't even move the slider anymore. He just puts a pillow behind his back, so I might as well just like bolt it directly to the rig. Plus, I don't like those sliders. One from Sims by Sim Racers, or Sims by Racers actually have a cool slider where you actually tighten it down and then you slide it back and forth. So you have less problems with the click-in sliders that you find in just a regular car. But that's a cheapo from Amazon, so I guess I can't say too much. But it's usually like one of the biggest issues with installing a rig is just the slider, you know. So anyways, all right. Talk to you next time. Bye.